All right. Today we are going to take this glitter bomb and we're going to paint something a little bit different. We're going to do this an exercise in white. So I'm not going to do any fancy colors, anything like that. Everything I tape off, it's all going to be about the patterns and maybe, just maybe, if I'm feeling frisky. Um, well, let me rephrase that. If I can find it. I guess I don't have any. I thought I had some silver leaf left. I was thinking about putting a little leaf on it, but all I see is the copper, and I don't know if that's going to work. Hello, Amanda. Welcome in. So anyway, we're going to start by taping a perimeter as always, so that all the pattern taping comes off the edges nice and easy. And to do that, we will just start with a simple gap taping. Yeah, put you back in there. I'm trying a new camera angle this week too. So if for whatever reason you guys feel that the other angle was better, let me know. And then I can switch the camera back next week. Stay awake, Dan. Stay awake. Oh, it's not going to be enough. Here we go. Nope, that one's not enough either. Start it. As always, any questions about the process or the products I use, what got me into it, y'all let me know. Because otherwise, I will just sit here and paint and tape and forget that y'all are even there, which is probably bad on my part, but it's how my brain operates. Just ask my wife. She's in the chat. She'll tell you. Hey, there's Amy Jo. What you doing out in the shop today? Oh, that stinks. I too hope you feel better soon. So I kind of glossed over it. The reason that I put these borders on is because when you start pulling the tape for the main patterns, if you don't, I'll show you in just a second what happens. You want the pattern tape to be on top of your border tape because the first thing you tape is the last thing you paint. So I'll be painting the border last to close everything in. So if I were to pull tape across here, just say that was going to be my line, then if this went under the border, then when it comes time for me to pull these bits off, you're literally running around cutting each and every one of these little pieces. Whereas now when I paint it, it just pulls right off in order. It's a tedious thing, but it helps. And then you got to make sure everything's down real good because if not, you get leakers. When you're spraying with this airbrush, the paint will get under anything that's not up. And that's generally bad. So we're going to go around one more time just to make sure we've got everything covered. But this one will be faster because I don't have to pay attention as much. And that's just to make sure that I didn't leave a gap between the yellow and the green tape. Otherwise, when I go to spray, then you get a line. Or if it was guaranteed to be a line, it wouldn't be bad. But it generally comes out like a hash, like little dash marks, and that's not good. All right, there we go. All right. So let's get into taping some pattern now. We'll get I've already got a yellow down. All right, so first thing we're going to do is just put up some guidelines, give us a little something to work from. A Santa beard? I don't know, man. You tell me. I did have a little kid come up to me in a store one day talking to his mom about I was Santa, which was kind of funny. That was back when we still lived in Texas. Of course, I also weighed considerably more than I do now, so I can see where they would, uh, think that. The heck was that? Leave that there for later. All right. So now let's take. Oh wait, this one needs to do the same thing. Oh, dude, 100% does not approve of any surprise shavings. Like if I so much as trim too much, So I need center line. Hey, Suzanne, glad you could make it in today. You got anything fun in the works, Suzanne? Hey, Urban, how you doing, man? Are other people live right now? I thought I saw an announcement from Steve, but I didn't know if he had gone live or not. I went an hour early to try and avoid people today. All right, so I think this one. If any of you guys don't know Urban, you need to go check out his channel. He does some pretty cool stuff. Neat approach to crafting. I had an uncle that was very much that way. Just find some stuff, use that stuff, and then just run with it. And it's really cool. Oh, that carving you did was amazing. Loved it. Also, Rhinestone Suzanne, if any of you guys don't know her, she does some really cool carving. She does electro etching, some really neat stuff. Let's go ahead and cover that up real quick. Oh, geez. Of course. I love me some art. We appreciate you taking time out of your day to be here with us. So one good turn deserves another. But regardless of you being here or not, your stuff's still amazing. So hey, Michael, how you doing, man? Good to see you in today. I'm doing pretty good, man. The weather's nice, or hopefully another week maybe. And then I guess they'll all be starting over again. So we'll see what the spring brings. How did y'all fare over in the other side of the mountain from us with that last band that came through? That was pretty gnarly. All right, so I think through, and then I'm gonna let these three have the same pattern that weaves through. So everything will go under the band. And then what I just taped off will remain bright silver except for the shadows. Then whatever I put here will be the next layer, and then these three cells will be the very back layer. Oh, it's awesome, man. Glad to hear it. So do I want to go literal or oh yeah. So we'll go contra. So we'll go here and then spin up, and then we'll go here, spin down. By that, you mean sit here and mumble to myself as I try and mull my way through the work? But I appreciate that. Thank you very much. Now, to be fair, I did start with. Let's see if I can get that on camera. That was what I came to the table with, just a little sketch, and just to give me an idea of where I wanted my spacing. So, and sometimes I come to the table completely empty-headed. I don't really know what I want to do. But I was actually sitting there having my coffee this morning and looking at a test piece I had painted last year and went, oh, that would look really nice. So, this one just kind of worked out the way it did. Now, whether it sells in the end, we'll see. And I don't mean financially sell, but whether or not the piece comes out the way I see it in my head, sell. Although, if anybody's interested, I might sell it. Problem I've always had is parting with stuff that I've made. Right? I mean, it's a great way to work, and if I'm by myself doing this stuff, or like before I started doing YouTube and I was just kind of painting stuff and putting it up on Facebook and Instagram, it was fine because all I did was set up the time lapse camera. And the time lapse, you couldn't tell that I was sitting there thinking because just, the nature of how that video flies. But when I'm doing this guy's stuff live for you guys, it's like, I'm about out of my 2mm tape. See if I can make this run. No, just barely. Perfect. Cool. Where to stick my razor? Oh, there it is. Forgive me. I'll open up another piece of tape or another roll of tape here. All right, so we got Grumpy's process. What about you, Suzanne? What do you do when you sit down to do one of your carvings or something? Do you have something in mind, or you just kind of wing it, or? Oh, that's a 3. Where's my 2? 1, 5. Yeah. Hey Ray, how you doing, man? That'll work. Right on. Yeah, like I went as far this week as to come out here earlier in the week and spray some test swatches and look at some colors, and then sat it on the kitchen table, and I'm not doing any of that stuff. So although I do have a helmet, maybe that one next week. Maybe I'll use some of the stuff I tested this week for it. Actually, the helmet was almost the pink that I did the other week. I'm doing all right, Ray. Thanks for asking, man. It's one of those little, here, I'll show you. It's one of those little bean helmets, like you'd see a scooter person wearing. The full open face. So I was thinking about doing this in all glitter and high gloss, except do it in that pink. I don't know, just something about it screams like Paris in the late 60s. Riding around on a Vespa. Something silly. Doing it in the pink, you think? I mean, I'll paint something else in pink. It doesn't matter to me. I was surprised when my vendor told me that they had the pink. It wasn't listed on their website when I was placing my last order. And when they told me they had it, I was like, "Oh, I need that just cause." So what's up, Bear? How you doing today, man? If any of you don't know Bear and the Boss Lady, um, he is one entertaining son of a gun and an absolute wizard with a chainsaw when it comes to carving. Can't highly recommend his channel enough. Turtle Bear is callback. Uh-oh, that one didn't go right. Let's see. I'm gonna try and add one more. Yeah, I think so. Shoot. So the problem with this 1 mil tape is it's so small it pops at just the least amount of tension. The wind's starting to pick up out there, so there may be a little bit of noise in here. We lost a little bit of flashing on the shop during those last storms. And while I do have it tacked back down, it's not 100% secure yet. We don't eat our friends, Michael. What are those ones you're always carving? The sorrels? Turtle poo. Look, man, I'm just saying you got 3 Cajuns in the channel right now that I know of, so we know what we're talking about when we come to eating. Oh yeah, crawfish, some Abita beer. Well, gnarly barley now I think is the new big thing, but yeah. Shoot, at this point, I'd just take them. They don't even have to be cooked right. I can fix that after the fact. Just give them to me. Soft shell crab? Mm-hmm. Oh, wait, you talk about hard shell crab, though. You ever had soft shell crab? Deep fried, put on a po' boy. Woo-hoo. Make you fat just thinking about it.
shithead.
Yeah, they've been doing that for a while, Suzanne. Make me sound like an old grumpy guy when I talk about the old days, but used to be able to buy those things pennies on the pound. A full sack for $25, $30. Do a crawfish bowl with 5 or 6 sacks of crawfish. Sit there and eat until you couldn't take anymore, and then just sit there for the rest of the afternoon drinking beer and peeling them. Stick them in a bag for the freezer for later. Gotta miss my childhood sometimes. Suzanne, my email is in my profile. If you remember, shoot me one. I got some pictures I want to send you. I did my brother's a truck driver, and he shipped me a scale model Peterbilt last year, and I painted it up LSU for my stepfather, and put some electronics in it. And oh shoot, I messed up here. What did I miss? Oh, got a little button on the license plate. You bump it, and it plays the LSU fight song. It's a good fight song. I guess you've seen the video of the woman that had the, I guess it was an LSU cake she had made for her husband. Then he cut into it and it was Bama colors, or maybe it was vice versa. That cracked me up so much. That is definitely one way to put it. All right. Get back over here. Oh, Michael, it was hilarious. You could literally feel the guy suck the air out of the room when he cut into the cake. So choice. That's okay, Dan. I understand you're working with limited capacity to begin with, so it's all good. Hey, Dee Dee, how you doing today, man? Good to see you in here. It's another cool channel in the works if you guys don't know him. Dad Carves. All right, Bear, take care, man. Thanks for stopping in. All right. I hope so, Dan. It's always risky when you just do monocolor. So I don't know if any of you guys saw the heart that I submitted for the Valentine's challenge. Um, Purple and teal, I think it was, or purple and blue. I don't remember. But I'm kind of going for that look. So this is just going to be white overspray on everything, and then a deep clear coat, and see where we end up. So now we need to pull the main shape. Hey, OP, how you doing, my man? I hope you're doing well today. No, DD, I make these. It happens to be skateboards right now because that's what I could find on Amazon that I felt like painting. I put them up for sale, but this one isn't necessarily a commission. Most of the commission stuff I do is much larger, bikes, stuff like that. But if you guys tried to watch me paint a bike, it would take quite a long time. Dan, not near as often as I'd like, if I'm being honest. But I don't paint these as a job. I paint them because I love to paint. Pretty much. That's kind of the way I look at it. It keeps me in practice, mainly with the airbrush. The taping and stuff doesn't really need the practice, but keep my hands are shaky as is, so keeping the airbrush in my hand just keeps me ready for when I do have something that I need to not mess up on. Right, Grumpy? I mean, I'm not going to turn down money if somebody wants to give it to me, but yeah, I mean, what's the rule? 10,000 hours or something to master a thing, but it's like you can lose that so fast. That's, I think that's the part they don't tell you when you're trying to learn a craft or a trade, is that you spend so long learning it, but you have to spend just as much time keeping the skill level up. Hey, Ole, how you doing, man? It's really about all we can ask for, isn't it? It's too low. What time is it? 2:15. We'll see how it goes. I'd hope I'd 3:30 maybe. I'd hope to be out of here. Went a little early today, so I wasn't cutting into people's dinner time. That'd be cool. Appreciate it, Dan. You have a good day, man. Interesting. Well, do you have yours on you? Is yours on yours? And I'll just email you when I get back inside. Cool. I'll make it happen. How weird. I could have sworn I had it set on there. Are you talking about the Tron theme, Sam? Yeah, there's a term for it. Well, at least in painting terms, it's they call it like infinite lines or something along those lines. And think Celtic knots, but square. Let's see. A quick example would be if you were to just take and run. Oops. There's no grip on this board to show you, but and then you come around like this. I'm using horrible paper tape here, so it's cheap and easy. And you're basically making all of your lines out of one piece of tape. All right, that's extremely crude, but you get the point. And then you would just overspray all of this. And then when you come back after everything's up, you would just take a piece of tape and mask off right at the corners to get your over and unders so that it made it look like it was flowing in and out of each other. But you would paint it in such a way that it would glow like it was a strip of neon. All right, so let's look at this upside down for a minute and see where we want to go. Put that up. Let's go back to this. So I've been trying to come up with other stuff I can do on the channel besides just paint. And I'll get back to doing some woodworking at some point. But I was thinking about doing some leather tooling. Would any of y'all be interested in watching that? I'm not extremely proficient at it, but it is definitely one of the things that I enjoy doing. Cool, that's one vote. Yeah, I know some guys that are just absolutely insanely cool with it. In fact, I made a friend of mine in our Viking reenactment group when we were still in Florida who did a he was super good at leather and he asked me to draw him a logo. So I did the work for him and he didn't charge him for it. And he told me, you know, if I ever wanted something done, I had a free piece waiting. So when I started up this venture as Runic, came up with my touch mark for my blacksmithy and sent him the art, just the touch mark, and was like, go nuts. Zan, can you run that out to me? I'll brag on Michael for a minute. Um, so I had him do a piece for me. It's going to go on my leather apron when I get around to making it. I had the leather set aside. I'm just lazy. Thanks, Michael. I appreciate that, man. I'm gonna just get hammered and go live one night and see if you'll tune in. I will not do that. No, no. Hey, Steve, how you doing, man? Thank you, sweetie. All right, so this is the piece that my friend tooled up for me. Let's get in there so y'all can see it. Couple of stag heads up in the corner of the logo. Thor's hammer, of course. Yeah, he's absolutely amazing. He does just some splendid work. He makes sword scabbards and just all kinds of amazing leather products. Makes me feel wholly inadequate when I pull out my wallet or something. I'm like, ooh, look what I did. Is that center? Yeah. Suzanne, you and Zan could be friends. I'm more of a me guy myself, but wine works. Right? You're being environmentally friendly. And that's about right. Uh-oh. What you gonna do now, Steve? Wine bowl? Or wine barrel wood? That'd be cool. I mean, wine tub. Have you posted that yet? I didn't get a notification for it. Or maybe I did. Is that the you did a community post with Last Breath and I? Okay. Anybody just tuning in, welcome into the channel. Appreciate y'all stopping by to watch. Well, hello, Danelle. How you doing today? Glad to see you in. And thank you. Doing a single color exercise today. We're going to do white over sparkle. Yeah, almost. You're gonna probably got 3 times that sitting in the garbage can right next to me. Stuff is definitely not cheap. Although some of it is. I do use some cheap tapes, but mainly for what I'm doing here, like this little paper tape. I buy this stuff off Amazon because it's pennies almost. But I use that as spacing for when I pull out the good stuff. My fancy imported from England tape. I've tried some of their tapes. I've got, I don't know. No, I don't. That's Scotch. What is this one? Stick Tech. I think this is actually from Harbor Freight. My blue tape. Um, the problem is that it's just too sticky. And when you're trying to work on surfaces that haven't been clear coated yet, it tends to want to pull the paint back up. Yeah, it is. It is ridiculous. I need something here, but I don't know what. And the wasp have woken up. Da-dum. Let's put another stripe here. That way it can go over under. I've already got one open. There we go. So I'm putting these stripes back in after I did these stripes because now, if I remember when I'm actually painting, it'll make it look like this is ducking under the main stripe. And just give a little more depth to that back layer. Yeah, I could do a sunburst. That'd be kind of cool. Just right across the middle here. I wonder if I could pre-tape that. I bet you I could. What do I have that I could tape it with? Let's see. I'm gonna cheat and get a ruler. Hold on. Dang, I did a pretty good job eyeballing that, didn't I? Huh. All right, so all right, now it's going to look kind of weird. I don't know how it's going to work because I'm still going to do the monochrome, but I think it's worth trying. So good idea to know. Yep, that's what I do too. My chat always takes forever to load anyway, so it's like I got no excuse not to hit the button on the way in the door. Speaking of pre-planning the pre-taping, might I have some imported apple juice, please? Dang it. Man, y'all got these little things. Can't stand these little suckers. Where are the Japanese beetles? Look like ladybugs, but they're not ladybugs. They got the little M on their face. Thank you. I should have done this both sides at a time, I guess. Let's see. So generally speaking, if I was doing a smaller sunburst, I would just use a piece of wide tape and move the tape 1, 2, 3, 4. But since I'm trying to cover the whole thing, it'll just be easier to be able to spray one, pull the tape, spray the next one, and leave the effect behind. Just go a lot quicker. But truth be told, I haven't tried this technique. I saw it done on another paint job recently. So I'm glad you mentioned it, because it has definitely been on my list of stuff to try. I've done the sunburst, just not this way. So if it goes catastrophically wrong, we'll all find out together. Hey, sweetie, thank you. No, that's fine. Thank you. Appreciate it. Hmm. Jeez. Yeah, they love my shop. They fly up in the rafters. They don't really bother me down here. They like to stay up top where it's warm. So they don't bug me. I don't bug them. But unless they're around the house, if they get close to the house, then, it's on. They like to get in the siding. It's just kind of aggravating. We're going to do one more after this and call it done. Looks about right. Cool. Oh, it's going to be mental. Yeah, a little bit more. There we go. All right. Give me a second to reset from tape mode and have a little apple juice here, and then we'll start painting. $11 watching, 20 likes. Not bad. 325 views so far today. I appreciate you guys. And of course, I didn't plug the compressor in. We're going to try and take this all the way to clear coat today, guys. So we'll see how that goes down, but that is my plan. All right, here we go. Oh, this is so much faster. Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, no, that goes all the way to the top. That's right. Can y'all see this on the screen, how it's turning out? I'll lift it up when I get done with one side for you. Uh-oh. That's not good. Please pause while we fix the technical difficulty. Here we go. Thanks, Michael. It's really not that hard to remember what you taped up. I've said it before on this live. I'll say it again. It's a puzzle, but you're making the puzzle. So, if somebody else taped this up and handed it to me and said, paint it, okay, that might be difficult. But it's really just, well, you find something that your ADD and your OCD can handle together. And, well, that's why I'm out here huffing paint. Y'all let me know if I get my face on the camera. I don't want people turning away because I'm on it. Me and my sexy safety glasses. You're not wrong. You're 100% not wrong. I wish 45, 50 years ago they would have understood this stuff. Maybe I'd have excelled in school instead of getting in trouble for doodling. And where to put my tape? Ooh, that's gonna bleed. Get another one right there. Yeah, I'm not a fan of the current, everybody's on the spectrum analogy of things, but I'm much happier now that that is in the forefront of thinking for people because I know lots of children um, that are getting the attention they need, the specific attention they need, um, that they wouldn't have gotten in my generation. And that is entirely a good thing. Oh, I said I would show you all this beforehand. Let's get it right there. Y'all can see the sunburst happening. See how that white kind of mutes the sparkle? Yeah, I'm actually working on it. It's been a long time in the process. I can cut now with my left hand, so you'll often see me running my razor when I'm cutting tape left-handed, just because it's easier than trying to turn the piece. Still not comfortable with the airbrush in my left hand. And I guess that seems kind of weird. I'll put the sharp thing in my hand, but not the paintbrush. But if I cut something wrong, I can fix it. If I paint something wrong, I'm in trouble. You see, I find that hard to believe. I've seen the stuff you can do. I think you'd be pretty good with one of these. It takes a little use too, but think of it like a mouse. When you first learned how to work a computer and you were trying to teach your hand how to move the mouse around and drive the pointer on the screen, it's really not that dissimilar. Once you kind of learn how to do the point and shoot thing, do it. Don't skimp though. I use the Iwata Neo. Picked it up at Hobby Lobby. I think it's like $80. Um, and for the money, it's probably the best value out there. I've tried a bunch of cheap ones, and this has become my go-to brush. Well, you see there. I mean, I can point and shoot 5.56 too. I can also airbrush. There you go. You got 1 out of 2. No excuses. I can't so much weld as make popcorn that seems to hold shit together. Agreed, I had a friend of mine that studied as a tattoo artist when I was in high school. And his mentor, that's the first thing he taught him how to do. Tattoo left-handed on an orange peel. And then they moved to chicken breast, which I thought was weird, but it worked. But he had to learn left-handed first. Not to be proficient at it, just to be able to draw straight lines. All right, Grumpy, you be safe, man. Thanks for hanging out. Thank you. Thank you. All right, now let's see. Now I need to use a little bit of black in here at some point. but I don't want to use too much. Thank you, Michael. Yeah, it does, kind of has like that angel's wing effect, just kind of ethereal and holographic in the background. I like it. Good idea. Much appreciated. All right, so let's see. I guess I'll make a plug. Anybody watching that doesn't know Janelle Arts, to some beautiful watercolor work. Um, Very mesmerizing. Excellent relaxation stuff in the evening when you're just trying to unwind, or in the morning when you're having coffee, whenever she happens to be on. Good stuff, regardless. Yeah, it's definitely going to have. So the green band you see here, it's going to get a black overspray here to set everything behind it, so that it's immediately inset in the frame. You're absolutely welcome. I totally find it meditative, and I'm not even the one painting I watch. I just like to sit there and just stare. Um, so I don't think you were in. So these three panels are going to be all the way in the back, and then this panel here and this panel here that are currently taped up are going to be the next layer, and then there's a third set of striped panels that are going to be the very top layer. And then all of them will get the banding around it to set it. So if it works right, it'll look like 4 layers stacked on each other. Now, I'm trying to work on that positive thing. It will work right. That's what it will look like. Now we just got to make it happen. So I think I'm going to do white stripes across the middle so they don't interfere with the sunburst. You do it perfectly well. Then you come to my channel and I'm all high strung trying to figure stuff out. Let's open up that spray a little bit. How does Bob Ross put it? Here's your bravery test. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit this with some transparent black here in just a second. How much white do I have left in here? Oh shit, half a container. Oh, I just had a mild heart attack. I'm pouring black, and I looked over and I saw the hole for the truck bolt and thought I had dropped black on it. Cool, Michael. You won't be disappointed, man. I thought I had for a minute. Okay, so I like that. Have you guys seen? I can't think of the name of the paint, but it's supposed to be the blackest paint ever created. I've seen people actually paint black holes like on their wall just to have the Acme walls and stuff. Uh, but they make a cubby on their wall and then paint the inside of it black. So when you walk by it or see a picture of it, there's no indication that there's anything there other than just that black spot, which is pretty neat because you're basically creating an Acme hole. Okay, so I know I said this was all going to be white. What I'm doing here is I'm going over these lines in the background so that there's a distinction between them and the sunburst. But I'm going to come back with some white over the top again so that it's going to leave sort of just a little black halo right around the outside of the white stripe. Make it a little bit gray in the background. And the black that I'm using is a mix that I actually just mixed up for what did I use this on? Did I use this last week when I painted the helmet? I think I did. So it's transparent black candy from Limeline, and then the base coat that I get from Vanderslice mixed with an inner coat clear, and then cut 1-to-1 with reducer. Part of the problem with most of the black candies is that they always have a bluish tint to them. Um, by adding in about a third of the black base coat, you still retain the candy value, which keeps it from being completely opaque, but you lose the blue tint. Okay, I think that's good. All right. Where'd my white go? There it is. Okay. All right, So now we'll hit these with a little white. The problem with painting this way, though, is the jumping back and forth, cleaning the air gun every time. I should probably get a second air gun out here, but that's cheap. Zip it, Zan. Shush. Yeah, it really is, but I've just got so many hobbies that more art supplies for me generally ends up being a bad thing. You know what I like to do more than craft is to eat, so it is double the cleanup. All right. Whew. Here we go. Tell them what they won, folks. Let's see, where do I start? Yeah, Zan is a yarn hoarder, let's say. That's polite to say, I think. And possibly also paint. All right, so I was gonna do the over unders here, but I kind of like, you don't think I like that hash effect that we're getting in here, where it breaks up across those lines. It's kind of cool. I think I'm gonna leave it. Cool pattern books. If I tried to cut Zan off from her yarn, all I would hear is Delia Dietz in my head. If you do not let me gut out this house and make it my own, I will go insane and I will take you with me. Blink twice. Blink twice if you are in crafting peril. All right. You wouldn't happen to need a spinning wheel, would you? I don't know, man. Husky hair gets pretty long. You might actually get that to link up and spin. And if you get it to work, it's, you know, a wonderful way to memorialize a pet. Hey, what's up, Delenn? How you doing, man? Glad to see you in here today. Hope you're having a good one. Uh-oh, what a rip. Crap. Oh, that's okay. I'm doing all right, man. Every day out in the shop painting's a good day for me. Well, as long as the weather's holding and the crafting gods are on my side. You know how that goes. All right, so this time we're going to start, instead of doing the white and then the black and then the white again, we're just going to hit straight to the black over this pattern and then spray the outlines after we do the white. Zan and I have two of them. We just, only one of them really gets used. The other one just kind of sits in a corner. That's my fault. I fell in love with the design of it, not practical use of it. And I'm horribly impulsive when it comes to stuff like that. I can't remember the names. Shetfield? No, they're made in Poland. I don't remember what the name of the brand is. Zan, send Dad a text and tell him I'm taping. Better yet, tell him if he got time to talk, he's got time to watch me paint. Yeah, we also like to do weaving around here too. So we've got a couple of Ashford Heddle looms that are really fun to play with. Yeah, they're pretty fun. That is an extremely cathartic process. Warping the loom up is a little bit of a pain, but once you get that heddle working, it is an extremely fun process. Have you ever used an inkle loom for tablet weaving? Yeah, Ashford makes really good stuff. When we went to buy the spinning wheels, we actually went to look for the Ashfords. And then I wish I could remember the name of the brand we ended up with, but they were this, well, they looked very traditional and it was like absolutely gorgeous. So that's why we ended up with them. And Zan was really proficient from the get go on the one that she picked for herself. And it's why I picked the one that I picked for myself. It's called the Cathedral, I think was the name of the style. It's a very short, compact system. And I was real quick to get the timing down on it. And so I'm like, oh yeah, this thing's gonna work great. And then I got it home and it was just like not the same. So funny you should say that. She's been after me to do both forever. My godmother is best friends with a woman in Central Florida that raises llama. So we have tons and tons of llama fur. We have a couple of first year fleeces off of one of the alpaca, and that stuff is just super, super soft. It's funny, I'm sitting here working custom paint, talking about fiber arts. Oh well. Gotta have hobbies. Okay, now this one I am going to spray the over-unders for, because the back black lines I am not going to give the overspray. I'm going to leave those in black just as a contrast, since they're getting a little closer to the top. Put it on this. I mean, kind of. It does seem to be the way it goes. She's right. She's tried to talk me into it. Unfortunately, I'm just really not an animal person. Animals seem to be a me person. Uh-oh. Missed one. Glad I caught that. Well, I don't know. I take that back. I liked my chickens. I think goats would really like it out here. I've got 15 acres on a mountainside, so they got plenty of space to roam and you know, do goat type things. And there's nobody around here to bug them. Hey Jay, how you doing? Thanks for stopping in, man. Yeah, we got plenty of deer, raccoons, possums. Lots of different birds. So I mean, there's plenty of stuff out here to keep you interested without actually having to take responsibility for any of it. All right, I think that's all of those. Yeah. All right. So now we move up to the next level. I'll get a gander at that real quick. I'm gonna step back here and just take a break from spraying for just a minute. Then we'll get wrapped up. I think I'm gonna back mask this top layer and spray the white as an internal shadow over this. I don't know. Maybe I'll just leave it the way it is. Because when I pull off, I've got a 2mm tape banding this whole thing, so it'll make this silver a little bit wider when I do that. So what I might just do is leave that in place. Well, I'm sorry, pull all that up and then just pull the green border and spray the shadow around the outside edge. Exactly, Suzanne. The first thing you lay is the last thing you spray. So you lay down your primary pattern and then you build backwards from there and then just go in. So like I said, ADD meets OCD. This is always a part I struggle with the most, though, is deciding what's on the border, because ultimately I'll have to come through and wrap the sides and then do something with the top of the deck, possibly. You can see that this is already warped a little bit because I primed and prepped the back and then didn't do anything to the top. So as that clear coat cured, it kind of tweaks the board a little bit. Hey, thanks, Grumpy. I'm glad you made it back. Get to see the good stuff right at the end. Where's he fishing today? I love his lives. Hey, Jay. Good. Somewhere with eagles. Yeah, when I'm sitting at my desk, I've got to my left, I'm looking out the window at the mountain ridge in our front yard, and then I'll always put him on my right hand vertical monitor just because he's always vertical live. So I'll go full screen with that just so that I'm always looking at whatever river or lake he's fishing at. Just super soothing. All right, I think I'm going to do that. So we're just going to pull this up. No, we're not. Shouldn't have done that. Shouldn't have done that. Get back down there. I'm going to do the white. Actually, no. Let's see. Let's do that. We're going to turn this tape line into a pinstripe, hopefully. And then hopefully I don't wreck this by doing this, but we'll see. It's like watching an auto race. Y'all just came for the wrecks. Whoever is willing to pay the price. No, that's not true. They're for sale if anybody's interested, but it's not why I do them. I mostly paint bigger stuff for money. But I can't really paint a motorcycle on a live or something like. I mean, I guess I could, but it would just take forever. So there would be no closure at the end of the live. You'd just watch me sit here and tape for 4 or 5 hours, and then the same the next week and the next week and the next week until I was ready to start laying paint. Here's the wind. Yeah, it's a little aggravating at times, but no, I don't like that. What am I gonna do? I need something right there, but unfortunately, I don't pinstripe. It's not to say I can't, I just don't generally. Hey, I appreciate you hanging out, Michael. Short should be up Friday night sometime, and I should have the time lapse up Thursday night, or scratch that. Time lapse will be up Friday night. The short will be up Sunday night, I think. No, I can dig on that. Yeah, that looks good. Oh yeah, that looks nice. Good. So now we'll take this off. shoot. Come back, come back. Hey, Rebecca, welcome in. No, not outside. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that dry out for just a second. All right, now I gotta let that hit it with a tack cloth too, I think. Do I have one? I think I just threw mine away, didn't I? Of course I did. We'll go ahead and start on this side then. Wow, 25 likes so far today. That's good. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. 851 total views. Jeez. 60 y'all in here at the minute. Nice. Welcome anybody that is new or just popping in. We are just wrapping this up here today. Gonna spray the border here, get this last band of tape pulled off, and spray some clear coat. See what we got. I'm gonna have to mix it, go over to my straight black for this as soon as I get the shadow layer sprayed in because of that mistake I'm trying to fix up. So I'm gonna stick with the transparent for now, or translucent for now, and then I guess it is transparent, sort of, whatever. Now all I'm doing is following the tape line right around this border, and what it's going to do is just set this top layer to where it looks like it runs under this edge. And it'll also add another layer to the stuff we've already sprayed on the outside corner to help sink them back some. Oh, shoot. Too much, too much. And that's the benefit to using the transparent black over an opaque black to do this, is that when you have a spot where you get a little heavy on the gun, it doesn't show. Oh yeah, 100% Bob Ross. In life, as in painting, there are no mistakes, only happy accidents. Just gonna have to be super careful when I pull up the strip right here where that I had that adhesion issue, because I don't want it to come up. Yeah, one random shrub, right? So now we're gonna kick over to some of the opaque black. Dang, did I blitz it already? Yes, I did. Well, thank you, Janelle. I'm hoping it comes out okay. The clear coat is really what sells it for any paint job like this, because once you get that clear over it, there's just another layer of depth that, you know, seeing it in the flat color just doesn't do justice. We'll start in a bad spot. Go super slow. Might end up having to mask up and paint inside. That wind is kicking pretty good outside. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to spray clear. All right, there she is. I don't know if y'all can pick that up or not. I got the LED running over it pretty close. From my perspective, it looks amazing, but I don't know what y'all are seeing. Let's see if I can get the phone in a little closer for y'all. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Suzanne. Grumpy, I've actually never painted a PC case. I've got one of those big monster Corsair cases inside for my old gaming rig. I should probably tape that up and paint it one day. That might be pretty cool. All right, let's get a little clear coat mixed up real quick and get this thing sprayed, and then make it really pop. So I'm gonna get this out of my way so I don't spill on it. And Dixie cup. Little 2KX Prime clear coat. guess I probably should have checked to make sure that my clear coat gun was clean, huh? That might have been handy. All right, I just broke 1,000 views. Wow. Cool. Thank you all in attendance. Thank you all that clicked in for the 30 seconds or whatever it takes YouTube to count it as a view. I appreciate it. Yeah, Grumpy is pretty cool, man. It's teal and purple and black, and it's got lace and flames, and yeah, it's like the coolest stand mixer ever. And it was the first thing I ever painted, which makes it even cooler. I got plenty of air in the tank. Good deal. Holy crap, that looks bright. All right, let me get y'all moved outside real quick. Which way is the wind blowing? There we go. Yeah, it's got a little bit of glitter. All right. Magic shiny time. Ooh, wait, look at that holographic glitter. Yeah, let that sit and flash off for a second. Start piling on the glitter. You hit it too fast, it just runs everywhere, and always there's a chance that it can reactivate the paints underneath if it's too wet too fast. And I've had that happen with candies before, and it is nasty. Yeah, Janelle, if you're still here, that was a fantastically right on time idea to do the sunburst. Because I'd have just done something stupid like put lace back there or something. you guys are commenting, I will be right back with you because I can't read the screen outside. Now the question is which way does it go? Like, is this the bottom? And the rays are folding out that way? Or is this the bottom? Oh, man. Hmm. I do know I'm glad I didn't try and pinstripe here. I like leaving that open, just that solid silver framework up top. I think that helps sell the depth a little better. What do y'all think? Rays start at the bottom, okay. I can see that. See a little attack up here. Let's get there. Sometimes you spray clear and you're like, okay, 2 colors, and other time you just want to keep laying it on because it just looks cool. Actually not seeing much orange peel. This is laying actually pretty smooth today. Means it won't take much sanding and cleanup. Cutting off will be real easy. Thank you, Rick. Thank you. I'm really glad you stopped in to see it. Those of you that I haven't seen comment that have just been lurking in the chat. Any other questions y'all have, or just let me know. We've got a few more minutes I'll be on because I'll finish clear coat this before I jump on. And once it flashes a little bit more, I'll be able to pick it up and kind of do a panoramic like I did before, or at least move the camera around it. So it's just so hard for me to see outside in the sun glare, so I can't tell what's on the camera and what's not. Like I'm sitting here looking at the little screen on my monitor inside. It's pretty I've been on almost 4 hours already. Jeez. Thought it was going to go much faster. So let's get this last coat of clear on, and then I'll get it all in close so I can see it one more time. Do it from the other side, so I'm not in the way. Is that EWSC just popped in here? All right, guys, let me get y'all back inside where I can see. Hopefully y'all will see that. It is bright. No droppy. You gotta be out of the way. Painting her out of the way. All right. What do I do with the other light? Oh, there it is. I don't know if it'll really do anything inside or not, but oh, actually, it's pretty sparkly, isn't it? Yeah, right. So was I. Holding the breaths. And not just from the paint fumes. See if I can make it dance a little bit for y'all in the last little bit of light. Oh, you know what'll help? Let me turn these off. That's not really helping either, is it? It's so hard to show this stuff off. It's definitely one of those things you got to be in person to see, but we'll do our best here.
All right, guys. Well, if nobody's got any other questions or anything, I think I'm going to go ahead and call this one done. Just shy of 4 hours, which I didn't expect, but I thank y'all for tuning in. I think I'm working on a helmet next week. Probably same bat time, same bat channel. Thank you, Suzanne. Thank you, Ray. Appreciate you guys coming in. Thanks, EW.